number of intimations. First, to let you know that when we were at the General Assembly, Jim and I, over one of our lunches, were speaking to the elder from Sri Lanka, from the Church of Scotland there in Colombo, the Church of Scotland there is vacant at the moment, and I'm looking for a minister. But he was telling us that any money that's raised with regard to the disaster recently, any money that's raised could be sent to the Church of Scotland there, and they will disperse that according to the local needs that they're aware of. Now, we were going to send it to the Barnabas Fund, and there's £1,265 so far being raised towards that. And I'm really just wondering whether it would be better that we sent it through our own church, the Church of Scotland, for them to disperse it. Are we okay with that? Yeah, we're okay with that. We'll do that instead. And I'll do that this week, and if anybody wants to give any extra to it, please feel free to do so. Tuesday, we've got something starting, a new initiative under the banner of Alzheimer's Scotland, Action and Dementia, and it's called Singing in Harmony. Now, this has been set up for people within our own congregation who are going to be running this on the last Tuesday of every month. So it begins this Tuesday at 2 o'clock until 3:30. Now, that's just to let you know about it. Please pray about it. If you know anybody who would value being there and it would be helpful to them, could you please let them know about it, or their carer know about it. So that's Tuesday, and that's from 2 o'clock until 3 o'clock here in the church. Also on Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock, we're having a meeting of the Kirk session, and that is principally to prepare ourselves for the following Tuesday meeting that we're going to be having, to which the whole congregation are invited to attend. It's important that you realise this, that the presbytery are going round every congregation in presbytery, and it's an evaluation exercise that's going on. We want to listen to and speak with every congregation. So everybody's invited to that. It's a week on Tuesday at 7 p.m. So please come along to that. And any questions you have, please feel free to ask them at that meeting. Wednesday evening service, we have a service at the normal time of 7 o'clock, and all other intimations are on the intimation sheet. Let's pray. Eternal and sovereign God, we come to worship you this day, as indeed the psalmists of old did. We come to praise you for who you are and for who you have been and continue to be to us. You are all powerful. You see all things. You are present everywhere. You shape the patterns of history. You work in the lives of your people and are involved in our lives from day to day. And for that we want to thank you and praise you. Everything about you is good. You are all loving, consistently merciful. You give blessing upon blessing to your people. You reach out to us when we need you, and you forgive our faults and restore us willingly. You are always true, always faithful, consistent. You challenge us with what's right. You stand by us when we go wrong. And you work out your purposes through us. holy God, pure and perfect. You're beyond our understanding, yet you help us to understand you. Come to us this day. Help us in our frailty. Help us in our enthusiasm. Help us never to forget to count our blessings. Never to lose that sense of who you are. And open our eyes afresh so that our hearts may understand the depth of your love, that our minds might understand your purpose for us, that our hearts and spirits might sense your presence, that we might be assured of your forgiveness and praise you not just in words, but with our lives. Be with us in this place at this time. For in Jesus Christ's name we ask it. Amen. We're going to sing two hymns, number 966 from Mission Praise and number 707 from Mission Praise as well. The first hymn is Wonderful Grace, and the second one is Timeless One.
Yes.
nice, and he tells us dead nice things all the time. Jesus is nice, and he tells us dead nice things all the time. Except he doesn't. Sometimes he tells us very hard things to hear. And this is us hearing some of the things that Jesus had to say. You listening, Fiona? I'm going to ask you questions as well. And you too, Alistair. The ground that belonged to a very rich man produced a bumper crop. He thought to himself, what shall I do? I have no place to store all of this grain. Then he said, this is what I'll do. I'll tear down all my barns and build bigger ones. And there I will store all my grain and all my goods. And then I'll say to myself, you've got plenty of good things laid up for many years to come. Take life easy, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said to him, you complete fool, this very night you're going to die. Then what about all these preparations you've made? And this is how it will be with anyone who stores up things for himself, but is not rich towards God. A lot of people, see, this is what Jesus is saying here, a lot of people believe, and always have believed, that to get as much money and to be as rich as you can is the most important thing in life. Yeah? And if you get a lot, the most important thing is that you get a bit more, and a bit more, and a bit more. And how fantastic would it be to have £1 million in your bank account? How wonderful it would be to have 2. And if you had 2, it would be fabulous to have 3, and so it goes on and on and on. Except, says Jesus, that's not how life should be. What Jesus was trying to get across to us, I think, was this: that instead of building bigger barns for himself, what should the rich man have been doing with all that grain? Any idea? He's got masses of food, right? And what he's saying to himself is, I'm going to build bigger barns for all my food. What should he have been doing? Fiona?
Giving it.
Eh? Giving it to poor people. Absolutely. Instead of keeping it for himself, instead of him thinking, wow, look at me, right? Look at me, I'm the business. Look how much I've got, and building bigger barns, you should be giving it to poorer people. Because God said to him, what? Tonight you die. What use were his big barns going to be to him then? What use was all that money going to be to him if tonight you die? What Jesus, I think, is saying to us is this: if you live life selfishly, that's a sin as far as God is concerned. That's not the way to live. But if you live life and do it generously, give to those that really need it, that's how to live. Because at the end of the day, the best way to leave this world is to be poor, really, and not giving it all away. The best way to leave this world is to know that you've helped others and not just yourself. quite a challenge, isn't it? Because Jesus actually says quite difficult things to us. And that's actually a very difficult thing to hear. Not just for me ones, but some of the bigger ones here as well. All of us. Okay. We're going to sing now your hymn, which is Thy Word, or Your Word is a lamp unto my feet. Two readings this morning, both from the Psalms. Our first reading is from Psalm 1, and we're going to read the whole of that psalm. And our second reading comes from Psalm 119. We're not going to do the whole of that because there's 170 plus verses in it. We're just going to read a portion of it. So Psalm 1, let's hear the word of God. God blesses those people who refuse evil advice and won't follow sinners or join in sneering at God. Instead, the law of God makes them happy, and they think about it day and night. They are like trees growing beside a stream, trees that produce fruit in season and always have leaves. These people succeed in everything they do. That isn't true of those who are evil, because they are like straw blown by the wind. Sinners won't have an excuse on the day of judgment, and they won't have a place with the people of God. The Lord protects everyone who follows him, but the wicked follow a road that leads to ruin. I obey your word instead of following a way that leads to trouble. You have been my teacher, and I won't reject your instructions. Your teachings are sweeter than honey. They give me understanding and make me hate all lies. Your word is a lamp that gives light wherever I walk.
Over the last number of weeks, we have been looking at ways in which people have misunderstood the Christian faith and say things which they think in the Bible, or they think God says, or they think Jesus says, and are clearly not the case. And today I want us to look at one of these bits of advice that I hear handed out again and again, particularly handed out to young people, particularly handed out to people when they are making a critical or a crucial decision in their lives. Or indeed something that is simply handed out as a general piece of advice. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Now at first, that actually sounds like good advice, doesn't it? Follow your heart. But what I want us to do is to dissect that a wee bit. And I want us to try and understand what many people in our own culture mean when they talk about our hearts. And I want us then to look at what the Bible means. And the Bible says when it talks about our heart. Because if you go through the whole of the Old Testament and right into the New Testament, you will see the heart being spoken about again and again. And it's not the physical heart that's in your chest that's being spoken of. It's your heart in a much more profound sense than that. I think that many people, when they talk about your heart in today's culture, are talking about something that describes their emotions, or their feelings, or their instincts. And so when somebody gives the advice, follow your heart, what they're saying is, follow your feelings. Follow your gut instinct about something. Whatever your emotions are telling you, follow that. And that will be you on the right path. Do what you feel is right. Do what you feel is right. Do whatever gut instinct that you have. The Bible, however, when it is speaking about the heart, describes that part of us that makes our decisions. The will. It's not about our emotions, but about our will and our mind. And it's about our will and our mind being in tune with God and His will and His mind. And so it's not about instinct. It's about something far more objective than that. The prophet Jeremiah, in chapter 17, verse 9, you'll see it there on the screen, says this: the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? And what Jeremiah was trying to get across when he said that was that our minds and our wills are unreliable, because they can very often tend to pull us in the wrong direction. That's what the Bible would call sin, a sinful heart. We all have a sinful disposition within us. And therefore it's very hard for us to know and consistently do the right thing. We want to, but we are not able to do and know consistently the right thing. There's a problem with our heart. It's not right. It's not a perfectly good thing. It's not pure. And so if we have to follow our instincts and follow our heart, or even our mind and our will, very often we'll be led astray. Jeremiah then So, what our culture today is suggesting to us is this: that when we're confronted with a decision that we have to make about anything, about any action or any feeling that comes into our minds, when we're confronted with that, then we should do what feels or seems right to us. Now, on the surface, that doesn't actually sound such a bad idea. Do whatever feels or seems right to you. Make a decision that you feel good about and makes you feel good. Surely there's nothing wrong with that. But what is wrong with that is that it is a completely self-centered approach to life. And it is making life something that has to work for us, so that we are at the heart and centre of everything. And that's not how life works, and that's not how it should work. Or let our circumstances decide. Your circumstances are not always a good indicator of whether or not you're in the right place and doing the right thing. If it feels good, do it. Yeah? If it feels good, do it. That's the mantra. So let's move on and see in Jesus whether that's something that you would agree with. Did Jesus ever follow his own heart? Listen to what he says. I am here to do the will of my Father. I am here to do the will of my Father. Think about that, guys. Because what Jesus is saying there is this: I'm not here to get as much out of life for myself as I can and to follow my own instincts. I'm here to do the will of my Father in heaven. One of the things that Jesus did often was he would go away, and especially when there was a big decision to make, he would go away to a quiet place where he would pray. He did not follow his instincts about people. He sought his Father's will about these things. And remember when there was that crucial moment in the Garden of Gethsemane, when Jesus was praying with his disciples the night that he was about to stand trial and the evening before he was about to be executed. He agonized with God. His instinct was telling him, get out of here and get out of Jerusalem and get as far away from here as you possibly can, because you're in danger. But his prayer was, not my will, but yours be done. Not my will, but yours be done. And he went to the cross. And in the cross, he died for us. Because there was something bigger than simply following his own instincts, his own emotions, his own heart, what he at that moment in time wanted. There was something greater. So, if it's not right to kind of follow your heart, and it actually doesn't say that anywhere in the Bible, and Jesus never says that anywhere at all. If that's not right, what is is the right way to look at life and how to live it? Well, here it is. That's what Jesus said. There was the advice that was given to his disciples. Follow me. Follow me. You see the difference? Follow your heart or follow Jesus. Now, there are times when it might be the same thing. There are times when it might be the same thing to follow our instincts and our emotions, and they are perfectly in line with doing what Jesus wants us to do, but there are many times when that might not be the case. You see, what Jesus is doing here is, he's actually making it very easy for us. What would be difficult for us would be for us, in any given set of circumstances that we would find ourselves in, to have to go to God and pray to God, and then be sitting there and thinking, right, how can I know what God wants me to do? But if we're listening to Jesus, it's clear. It's very, very clear. And God help us, folks, if we're not reading our New Testaments as we should. God help us if we're not reading Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, because how on earth can we know what he says if we are not clearly reading and understanding and absorbing it? Jim and I were at the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland this week. It was hard work. It was heavy going. It was the most difficult General Assembly, in some ways, I've been at in 35 years as a minister. But in some other ways, the most fruitful as well. We had three different things that stood before us, three huge issues that stood before us from three different committees. There was a special commission on the structure of the church. And that special commission reported, and in its reporting it said, we are just on the road to nowhere here, and it's got to stop. We've got to slash 30% from our central budget, and all of this staffing that we have that is just an enormous drain on the resources of the church. We're going to have to make sure that the church is lean and fit for purpose. The General Trustees said, we're going to have to make critical decisions about church buildings. If it's in the wrong place, close it. If it's in poor condition, shut it. If its congregation is not doing what it's supposed to be doing, close it. For God's sake, let's be realistic and stop keeping lame ducks afloat. Pretty brutal stuff. But necessary. Because there's far too much apathy in the church. And then the Special Commission met, and when the Special Commission met, they said, we want to now give real energy to the church. There's going to be £25 million there for the next 7 years to enable the church to buy into whatever it needs to do in order to mission and grow the church. And a whole lot of different things were laid out before the church of changes that will make a fundamental difference. But at the heart of that convener said, two things. The church must pray, and there will be seasons of prayer, and the church must follow Jesus. You know, folks, I think that that's huge. Because I think that that's really, at the end of the day, the malaise that exists within the church. We have become religious people who have become institutionalized in our religion, and we've lost the heart of what it's all about, which is to follow Jesus. And that's authentic. And that's authentic when it comes to how we make decisions and how we live our lives. Not follow our own heart. Follow Him. Follow Him. Follow Him. And then what you have, folks, is an objective, clear objective understanding of how to live out our Christian lives. We're not guessing then, because we have a clear pattern before us in the person of Jesus Christ. We're not dependent on our emotions and our feelings, and we are walking a well-worn path. The church has been on the go for 2,000 years. Why has it been so successful over these 2,000 years? And when has it been at its most powerful? And indeed, where is it at its most powerful today? We are floundering in the Western Church, trying to figure out what's gone wrong and how we can put it right. You just need to go to Africa, or to China, or to India, and so many other parts of the world today, and you see there's a church that follows Jesus. That's a well-worn path. There's no great secret to it. It's simple. And yet it's difficult and profound as well. Follow me, says Jesus. Go onto that well-worn path and follow me. Don't follow your own heart. Don't follow your instincts. Don't follow your feelings. Follow me, says Jesus. You can never go wrong. We're going to turn now to sing our next hymn, during which our offering will be received. May the mind of Christ.
Let's pray. Lord Jesus Christ, servant of all, come among us and grant us the light of your presence. For so often we are weak and poor in faith. We are slow to follow and swift to stray. And though we yearn to be your people, day by day we sadly let ourselves, others, and you down. Though we long to serve you better, too often we serve only ourselves. Teach us then to put you and your will and your mind and your purposes at the centre of our lives. Lord Jesus Christ, in all of the stress and rush of life, it's so easy to forget you and to lose our way. So easy, Lord, to allow all of the concerns of this life to crowd out you. Too easy to be preoccupied with our own problems and concerns and our own plans and needs. And then suddenly we stop and realise that there are others who needed our help. There are issues that we needed to address, people we needed to serve, your will that needed to be done. Gracious Heavenly Father, we pray for those who today are ill. Some are members of our own congregation. We think of them, we pray for them. We ask that you might strengthen, encourage, and uphold them in what is a changing circumstance for them and for their lives. Some are going through bereavement. Some have been going through it for a long time, Lord. Some only recently. They need your help. They need your encouragement. They need your peace. Grant it to them. We think of our political situation. We'll know more by the end of tonight on Europe, but we're also very much aware, Lord, of a change in British politics. All of us will have our own opinions about that. Some of them strong opinions. But we pray, Lord, for government, for righteous government, for people who don't put themselves first, but think of this nation and the needs of the most vulnerable in this nation, more than the needs of themselves and their own party and their own politics. And whatever shade of politics they may represent, we pray, Lord, for government that you might, through your Spirit, touch people's lives and change them. We think of you as our leader. You sacrificed everything for us. You laid down your life for us. You put us first. Lord, we pray for those in leadership, whether in councils or in government or in industry or wherever, that people might be as you are and not, Lord, in a sense like the rich fool that we heard of earlier on. We pray for our Church of Scotland as we think about the future of the church. We thank you for the General Assembly and for the much good that was in it. And we pray, Lord, as this new way of doing things is being planned and put into effect, Lord, that you would be at the heart of this and that your will would be sought and done and that this church would be revived and renewed. We pray for this church as we think about its future and as people come to visit us And as our church session discussed things on Tuesday night, grant us wisdom. The knowledge that we are listening to you and not just to our own way and will. Lord our God, we present ourselves before you as your people. Help us to genuinely follow Jesus and be with us in that exciting and demanding task. In his name we ask it. Amen. We close our worship with the hymn, I Have Decided to Follow Jesus.
mercy and his love be with and remain with each one of us, today and always.